it's Paul from Magpie 24/7 back again, and I am just on my way back home from St James's Park after watching Newcastle beat Wolves 1-0 courtesy of a Chris Wood penalty in the second half. And what an important victory that is. Takes us 10 points clear or so in the table. It is a massive step. 34 points now. We're only a few points off 9th. Yet I think most of the fan base will still be looking at that 4th bottom position and seeing how the permutations work out over the rest of the weekend. But that is a massive result. I said on the preview that they needed to get this win and possibly another point, and that should be enough. I'd pretty much stand by that. You know, we've still got some more home games coming up. We've got a game against Leicester, then a game midweek against Crystal Palace. So looking forward to them too. I think after 3 defeats in a row on the road, games coming thick and fast, and the injuries and everything else, I think today was more about getting a win as opposed to, you know, fancy football, attacking football, because, you know, that's what Eddie Howe's been known for attacking football. Today, I didn't see much of that attacking football, if I'm being brutally honest. Look, first half, we penned them back really well. We put the pressure on, we had lots of possession. All of that possession was in the final third, in the attacking third, but the crossing was off, the shooting boots weren't on, and when we did get the ball in the back of the net by what looked like an ant's knob, the goal was ruled out for offside. And on that point, it is something that needs to be addressed on this VAR, because the goal's announced in the stadium, the players are celebrating, the fans are going nuts, and then what feels like 5 minutes after, oh no, it's offside, and you get a half-hearted announcement over the PA system, which you can barely hear. No graphics up from where we're sat in the stadium, and it's just like, what the fuck has gone on? It just leaves a bad taste. Football's about emotions and moments, and that happens. You think that you've scored a really important goal, you're thinking about the benefits for Chris Wood as well, and you know, his morale and everything, scoring the goal, but it's taken away from you, and the game peters out. Obviously Ryan Fraser goes off early in the game as well, and Miggy Almiron comes on, and it's just really neither keeper being worked enough for anybody's liking. It was disappointing. It was really cold. The noise at the beginning of the match, I don't know if you've seen the clips up on well, all of our socials, to be honest, but it was amazing, absolutely amazing. The place was rocking, wall flags, absolutely brilliant, all 4 sides of the stadium, flags being waved, the atmosphere was spot on. You know, a nighttime game under the floodlights at St James's Park is always fucking special. But we go in at half time, 0 apiece, and I'm saying, look, they need to come out, and they need to have a right good go. Obviously we don't need a second half like we had against Spurs, let's get that right, but you know, we need to go at it, we need the victory, we need the 3 points, but all the time respecting the quality that they had. You know, Wolves are a good team. Bar one blip since they come up, they've been really good, pushing up, looking to ruffle some feathers in that upper echelon of the Premier League. They've gone to Old Trafford and won this season. They've gone to Spurs and won as well this season. Apologies because I lose my voice a bit. So you had to respect them, you had to go about it the right way. I thought St Maximin, he had quite a frustrating, quiet first half, but the second half he seemed to do a lot better. He was trying to get shots away. He took one on the volley that went over. He was passing when he needed the pass, and you just felt that something could come. It was a lot more even the second half between Wolves and Newcastle Wolves did pen us back at times, but Newcastle were not to be thwarted. The referee, again, I'll say it's every single fucking week, but he was really, really, really fucking annoying, fidgety, whistle happy for them. There was tackles that were getting thrown in, we were getting out again, and we're like, fuck me, do they come from the Mr. Magoo school of refereeing or something like that? It was absolutely fucking atrocious. But lo and behold, we get a penalty, and it was absolutely as clear as day. I knew that they were checking on VAR, look for any sort of reason whatsoever to chalk it off, but they could not. It was a blatant penalty, as you would like. Chris Wood taken out by the keeper, spot kick, then you've got the wait, then you've got your VAR wait, and again, it felt like 3 or 4 minutes. It probably was, maybe 2 minutes. They check the penalty, the referee confirms, yes, it is a spot kick. Up steps Chris Wood. You're thinking, please don't miss this. In front of the Gallagher, it's a huge goal, it's an important goal, but for your confidence, for your goal scoring record to improve a bit, please, oh Lord, let the back of the net bulge, and bulge it certainly did. He sent the keeper wrong way, all ends up back of the net, and literally it went fucking mental around where we were, and I think everybody knew what an important goal it was. Surprise, surprise, we stood off then for the remainder of the match. We made it a little bit nervy. Dubravka had to make a smart save towards the end, but to be honest, was he worked that much over 90 minutes? Nah, was he fuck. For the team who's done so well, defensively I thought Wolves were really, really sound and solid, but going forward they offered so little. Dubravka made that one really good save when he tried to catch him out by going to the near post rather than the far post, which you thought he would have gone for. But Dubravka was totally alert to it. Newcastle saw the game out. We made a substitution to waste a little bit of time, run the clock down a little bit. During the game, standout performers, I thought Bruno was absolutely fantastic. He is an absolute touch of class. He has a level of sophistication and swagger about him that I haven't seen since probably Johan Kabay. Every time he was on the ball, the fans were going crazy. Bruno, showing him the love. He got huge applause when he went off, and you just can't wait to see what more he can bring, what more he can do, how he can develop, as he gets more settled, becomes even better. And then what he's going to be able to do next season when he's surrounded by, better players, more players, different options. The future is so exciting, and players like Bruno, literally worth the entrance fee alone. Absolutely fantastic. Big Joe, again getting lots of love from the crowd. Did decent stuff, good stuff all over the place. So another cracking game from Big Joe Linton. Dan Burn at the back, he's had a couple of ropey ones, hasn't he, recently? But today I thought he was everywhere. At one point he was even on the left wing, getting ready to whip a cross in. So he was here, he was there, he was every bloody where. But he was fantastic defensively. Fabian Schär again stuck to his job. Was worried about Schär at one point with regards to injury, but saw the game through. Kraft got forward, got a few crosses in. Didn't have a great deal to do defensively, it must be said, which was always a relief. Matt Target got forward whenever he could. Another good, decent shift in, and he's certainly pushing, persuading, nudge to get a permanent deal in the summer from Villa up to Newcastle. So he's done himself again no harm. Dubravka didn't have a great deal to do. He did not have a great deal to do. John Joe now and again, here and there, with some fantastic balls, spraying them out, switching the play when it needed to be switched, and again, not a vintage, not a champagne John Joe Shelby performance, but not bad. Grafted, as Chris Wood did. I mean, he ran, he was the focal point. He looked a lot better than what he did against Spurs, when I think he looked really jet-lagged and fatigued and not right to be able to play a game, to be honest, after travelling all over the world. But look, he never stopped grafting for the team. He steps up, he takes the responsibility, he wins the spot kick, he takes the spot kick, he scores the spot kick, and it takes Newcastle up to 34 points and increases the breathing room between ourselves and relegation trouble back into double digits. And Newcastle now only a couple of points, like I touched on before, are fucking ninth. And the job that Eddie Howe has done has been absolutely unbelievable. Because look, when we come in, we look like a complete and utter fucking mess. We were we look, put this way, to be kind. I think relegation was looking at almost 100% certainty when he come in. There was disarray, there was players falling out, there was no tactics, no fitness. We were in absolute shambles. We were on a collision course with the Football League once a bastard again. But look, he's come in, he's got players playing to their maximum, putting in as much effort, and even if the games are not going and they're not playing their vintage champagne best player per player or team performance, he is getting a tune out of them, and he's getting them to graft and give their all, put bodies on the line and really play for the badge. And that is evident on a game like today. We've not played anywhere near our best, yet we come out with 3 points, and it's a massive 3 points, because some people were saying these next couple of home games, well, we might not win any of these games, and I always fancied it. Look, games against this lot historically are never goal fests, you know, generally 1-1 all the time. So when we took the lead, you're like, please Newcastle, please don't fuck it up, please not another 1-1. The 3 points would be massive. And yeah, we held on to a huge roar at the end. That's win number 250 at St James's Park. A little stat courtesy of the BBC. But like I say, it goes into insignificance. Nitpicking through players goes into it's insignificant when you think about the bigger picture. The fans singing E-I-E-I-E-I-O, the Premier League we go, talking about and dreaming romantically about European nights, and we were like, look, around us, let's just make sure we save first of all this season. But look, that 3 points, courtesy of that 3 points, not the bestest games, a bit of a scruffy game, but the 3 points, the win that goes down in the history books, it dents their European ambitions, it really does, and it puts a real shine and puts us in a fantastic position to be able to be safe. You can't say we definitely safe, because obviously it's not mathematical, but in most seasons recently, 34 points is enough to keep you up. And this season, when you're looking at what likes of Norwich and Watford are doing, it well could have been 31 points that, you know, could be enough. We'll obviously be keeping an eye out over the weekend for the results of the matches. You've got the likes of Everton playing Manchester United, but then you've got Burnley playing Norwich. So it could be interesting. Everton, the Scouse Mackems, might be in the relegation zone by the end of this weekend. So we will see what's what, see what the gap looks like after the weekend. And then we start preparing for next Sunday and the visit of Brendan Burgess and Leicester to St James's Park. And I'm looking forward to it. It was fantastic to get back. A month away, it felt like absolutely ages. It felt like months, not just a month. It felt like months. It was great to be back. Back in the season ticket seat. Great to see. Some great noise today. And again, I touched on it before, but the flags, war flags, absolutely fucking brilliant. Each and every one who does that, who produces the flags, who puts the flags out, gets these displays on. The difference in atmosphere is, absolutely unbelievable. So a massive credit, a massive shout out to everybody who does that. We were stood there waving the flag proudly, doing our bit, joining in with everything else that was going on. I can't wait to see the game back when I get back and to see how it looked on the TV cameras, because obviously it looks different at home to how it looks in the stadium and everything. I'm hoping that the injury to Ryan Fraser isn't too bad. Miggy come on for him today, and he huffed and he puffed, but he didn't really blow any house down. But look, he put a shift in. Miggy always does. He'll run himself into the ground. A team player, but again, assists, goals, no, there wasn't. And it's really, really, frustrating for him. I bet it's frustrating for the fans. We want Miggy to do well. The fans were singing Miggy's name at one point in the second half when he come on, as they were. St Maximum, again, another, I think, important point to touch on. First half, there was a few moans and groans when things weren't going right. Second half, you could see that he had a flea in his ear off Eddie Howe at half time, but he come out, fans singing his name, serenading him, getting behind him, encouraging him, and you saw glimpses of the old St Maximum come back straight away. And I think he's one of these players who just, the need to feel loved. When they feel like they're getting the love and the warmth and everything else like that, I think the performance levels just go up a few notches. So really important that we get behind these players. St Maximum is a match winner. He's a maverick player. He's a talisman. It's unpredictable. You look at the goals that we score, and he's involved in like half of them. He either scores them or assists in half of them. So he's really crucial and really critical to the way that we play. And he's no doubt one of our best players. We just need to get the systems right, the tactics right. We need to be able to integrate St Maximum into the team and encourage him, knowing that he will make mistakes, he will give the ball away and stuff like that, but knowing that he is going to get better, no doubt about it, because there's been so many players under Eddie Howe that have got better. I've no doubt that St Maximum will get better with more coaching, more one-to-one sessions, more development. He will get better, like so many other players in that squad have got better, because everybody was talking, the sort of bought safety. Nobody's talking about the players who were here already beforehand, who a lot of them had already been there in the championship years, but hung around for ages. The careers were going to be stale in Newcastle. Nobody's talking about the transformation of those. Nobody's talking about the fact that he's getting a tune out of those. Nobody's talking about the fact that nobody survived from the position that we were in, winless after so many games. Now with one foot and most of the other foot in the Premier League for next season. Nobody's talking about that because it doesn't fit the salty little bastard agenda that these fucking pissant Southern journalists have got against Newcastle, because they'd much rather talk shit and try and create division and drama at Newcastle, so they've got plenty to write about and clickbait folk about and all that sort of thing. So yeah, looking forward now. I will sit back with a smile on my face watching what happens over the weekend. You don't know as well, if Mackhams lose, that'll also put a little smile on my face also. But yeah, we'll see how the teams in and around us do over the weekend. We'll then come back, we'll do a full proper review. Obviously this is just me driving back down home. A long drive home after a home game these days. We'll do a proper review, we'll get that put up on the page, and then we will get ready, we'll preview the next game against Leicester. It's another tough one. Hopefully, like I say, Ryan Fraser will be okay, he'll be back and involved. Hopefully it wasn't something too bad, too sinister. Joe Willock missed out today totally from the entire team. So, again, with a bit of rest, a bit of medical treatment, hopefully he'll be back for the next game as well. And again, give Eddie Howe a massive headache in the middle of that park. Does he persevere? Does he stick? Does he change a winning team? Does the same team get sent in? Lots of questions for Eddie Howe and his team to be able to mull over. But look, let's enjoy the win, enjoy the victory, enjoy the 3 points, enjoy the fact now that we've got a nice, healthy gap between us and those bottom 3 places. That's what it is all about, because if you would have said 4th bottom, you know, even after just the Burnley game, you'd have snapped their hands off when Eddie Howe came in. So the transformation, the turnaround, to be talking about just a couple of points off there, you know, being 9th, is absolutely unfucking believable. And the work that the coaches are doing, the work that the players, the response of the players, and how much the place is lit off. Literally, it's just like lit, gone, bang. It's like the good old days again at St James's Park. It really, really is. Newcastle United still, and we're in April, remain undefeated in the league at home in the Premier League, and that sounds absolutely fantastic. You know, it was a much needed response to, you know, recent back-to-back defeats. But everything put in context, we're doing absolutely fantastic. We're going to be okay. We're going to be staying up. There's going to be an exciting summer, a rebuild, a new Newcastle United. There's going to be work on the infrastructure and exciting announcements, corporate positions getting filled, exciting times, happy days for Newcastle United supporters up and down the land. And like I say, I'm heading back now. Check out all the videos that we put up across the rest of the socials. Look out for the next review coming out on the page about the game. Probably to come out tomorrow, I'd imagine. But yeah, please also drop a subscribe if you can do. We do appreciate it. We are trying to grow the YouTube side of it. I know there's a lot of content out there for you to be able to choose, so we do appreciate you listening to all of our stuff, all of our fucking waffle. I've got not much of a voice left, to be honest. I was doing plenty of singing, plenty of shouting from the sidelines. So yeah, I'm going to get back, see a few more things. But yeah, subscribe to the page if you don't mind. It really does help us out. The growth on all the socials has been fantastic. Obviously YouTube's a little bit of a different kettle of fish. Like I said before, there's lots of options out there, lots of good, fantastic content creators making lots of videos on Newcastle United. So we appreciate each and every person who takes the time to subscribe, who takes the time to like and comment on the videos. It does mean a heck of a lot. The likes on the Facebooks and Twitters are great. We're also on TikTok now, so if you search out Magpie 24/7 out on TikTok, you'll find us over on there again. Just different ways to be able to access the content, the videos and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I'll stop it there, and in the meantime, take care, keep it tuned, enjoy the gap. Now, we've heard that before, haven't we? Enjoy the gap, and I'll speak to you later.